First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. And I want to give double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Today, I wanted to talk about how when all hell breaks loose, when Jacob's trouble comes around, the elect man is going to be the top of the notch, right? According to this world, he's going to be the man with the most status, right? Just completely a high value man, as they call it today, right? That's going to be a man that everyone's going to want to cleave unto, especially these women, right? Because they're going to realize that this man, like, there's something different about him, right? There's something different. Like, why is nothing touching him? Why is he still alive? How does he still have food? All these things they're gonna realize, and women are hypergamous, right? So they're gonna want to cleave unto that man, and ultimately, once they realize that the reason everything's going on, right, that's gonna be even more of a reason that they're gonna want to cleave to him, right, to ultimately get deliverance through him. Okay, but the main point is that if we endure unto the end, right, each brother that is part of the elect is going to be high value in the eyes of this world, right? Very, very high value. And we're going to bring out some scriptures to go into that. Okay, this is Isaiah chapter 32, and I'll start at verse 1. It says, "Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land." Right? Because the elect man is going to be covered by Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, right? Because ultimately he's been predestinated, right? Predestined to make it to the end. But people are gonna realize that, hold up, if I'm with this guy, nothing happens to me. Like, how is he getting by? How is he surviving? Right? And also, the elect man is going to have spiritual powers. This talks about that. How when the enemy comes down like a flood, he's going to raise up a standard. And that's talking about the elect man, the elect in general. Also talks about how they shall run and not get weary. They shall mount up in wings as an eagle, right? Run to and fro like sparks, roughly paraphrasing. All these things is talking about supernatural powers. Okay, and you have to really believe that and have faith. But as it says, a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind. Yeah, because the elect man is going to have that covering, right? Not a covering of the world, but a covering of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. We're going to have the angels looking over us at all times, protecting us from evil, guiding our steps, and ultimately, through wisdom and knowledge, the knowledge of the scriptures, we're going to be able to move and stay alive. But let's keep going. This is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 12. And it says, "I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the gold wedge of Ophir." Right? A man's going to be worth more than fine gold, more than anything in this world an elect man is going to be. Ultimately, because there's going to reach a point where all the things of this world do not matter, and it's going to be survival of the fittest out here, right? And ultimately, the fittest, right, the bunch of people that are going to make it to the end, that are going to survive, are going to be the elect, right? That's why that man is going to be more precious than fine gold, because he's going to have that protection. And the scriptures go into how even these mighty men are going to be crying. Even these mighty men, their knees are going to buckle. They're going to be like a pregnant woman, because they don't have the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai on them. There could be a brother who's never done any weights in his life, never has ran, doesn't do any physical activity, does not know how to do any combat sports or martial arts, and even that man is going to have a higher status than some guy in the world that knows how to do all that, because he's going to have that covering of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, right? The Lord is going to provide, and in that day, that's all that's going to matter, is who can get by, who can survive till the next day. Okay? But it says here in Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1, it says, "And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach." And the 7 women means a complete number of women. It doesn't actually mean 7 women, right? It could be 2, 5, 20, 30, who knows? But it's saying that in that day, right, in Jacob's trouble, women are going to cleave unto the elect men to ultimately be saved, right? Because they're going to be saved through the man, right? Through the man making them their wife, right? That woman becoming the man's wife and doing good by him, taking care of him. Okay? That's why it says the man is going to be more precious than fine gold, because he's going to be able to survive. And these women, it says it right here, they're going to see this man. They're going to realize something's different about him. Right? Why is he not freaking out? Why is his countenance not changed? Right? He seems like he's got everything under control. And that's what they're going to be looking for in that day. Right? They're going to realize the different spirit on the brothers, that they're not freaking out like everyone else, because when all hell breaks loose, these people are not going to know what to do, right? They're so focused on the system and thinking that this is going to go on forever that they're thinking about living here another 100 years, right? Generational wealth. But the elect men on a day-to-day basis, they're girding up their loins, right? Girding up their mind, strengthening themselves and growing, building that foundation for when this day comes, we can be in complete peace and know how to move. Okay? The next verse says, "In that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel. And it shall come to pass that he that is left in Zion and he that remaineth in Jerusalem shall be called holy, even every one that is written among the living in Jerusalem." Right? The elect are going to be called holy, the ones that make it to the end. And eventually only the elect are going to be the ones at the end. Right? The fittest, survival of the fittest. They're going to be the apex predators out here. And that's a beautiful thing to think about, right? A lot of the times we be so focused on doing the work, laboring, that we forget what we have promised. We forget that the Lord is going to do a miraculous thing for us and ultimately save us. But reading these scriptures, it grounds you and it brings you back to the reality of what we're living in. That ultimately this is just but a light affliction, how it talks about, and that we seek better things, immortal things, right? Righteousness. But let's get this next scripture I have here in 2nd Esdras chapter 16, and this is talking also about Jacob's trouble. Let's start at verse 71. It says, "They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord." Right? These people out here are going to be like complete animals, right? Trying to trying to take care of themselves, right? You're going to see cannibalism come out when these people don't eat for 2 weeks, right? True beasts. It says, "For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire." Right, in that day, you are going to know who the chosen of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai are, because you're going to realize nothing's touching those men. You're going to realize that they move with a different type of spirit, right? They move with confidence, right? And they're not scared, because when everything starts hitting the fan, that's going to boost the elect's faith even more, because everything that we've talked about is happening before our eyes. Just how we've been preaching, the apostles and elder bishops have been preaching for years, right? The faith of brothers is going to be on another level, okay? Because, hey, we're going to need it. And the Lord's going to put that faith on you, that spirit to endure anything you go through, right? You're sitting at the altar, ready to get beheaded. He's going to put the spirit on you to deal with it, right? That's your lot. If you're surrounded by 10 men, you have no chance to get out. The Lord's going to put the spirit on you to call upon him. And, hey, that's where it's going to come to. He's going to put the spirit on you to call upon him and to ask for a miracle, to give you strength. And you're going to get delivered. Right? These are the type of scenarios that are going to be in Jacob's trouble. Because one thing I think about is that he says he's going to perform miracles for his elect. But for him to perform a miracle, you have to be in a place, right, in a situation that you need a miracle in the first place, right? Because if you have everything you need, why would he grant you a miracle, right? Why would he grant you something like that, right? So it goes to show that even the elect, we're going to put in situations where, hey, we're going to be moving out here on pure faith, right? Not knowing where we're going, not knowing when we're going to eat again, but ultimately knowing that we're on the right path and we're going to get fed, right? That's the spirit. But it says, this is Ezekiel chapter 33, and I'll start at 30 to just get some context. It says, Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 30, it says, Also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the indoors of the houses, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, Come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord Yahweh. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness. Right? Talking about 2/3, how, hey, the word sounds nice, right? They like what they're hearing, but they still aren't gonna do it. Verse 32 says, And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice, and can play well on an instrument. For they hear thy words, but they do them not. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. Right? When all these prophecies come to pass, when everything's in full chaos, right? Full Jacob's trouble, then they're going to know that a prophet hath been among them. Then they're going to know that, hold up, this guy's part of the elect, hopeful elect, till we make it, right? This guy, he was onto something, right? And in that day, in Jacob's trouble, they're going to know who's that prophet, who's part of the elect, right? They're going to see it. They're going to see that spirit on the brothers that, hey, we don't care what happens. We're going to the end, and we're not going to knee to the image of Baal, right? But hey, the Lord is right now, he's building up the elect, right? Building up their minds, building up their faith, and everything that is needed for that day. That's all we're going through in these times. In these times of mercy is the chastening and the correction, right? For him to make us pure, for him to build us up to be able to withstand what these days are coming, right? What's coming for us. But best believe that when those days come, hey, how we just read in all these scriptures, an elect man is going to be very high status, right? Very powerful. And everyone's going to want to get a piece of that. But with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Shalom to the elect. Shalom.